Welcome to Touropedia Universal, fellow explorers. Today we're heading deep into the heart of southern Egypt, to a land where ancient temples, sacred islands, and Nubian culture come together like nowhere else on earth. Welcome to Aswan, Egypt. This magical city along the Nile is more than just a stop. It's a storybook of pharaohs, gods, and timeless beauty. From the stunning Philae Temple of the goddess Isis to the colossal statues of Abu Simbel, carved straight into the cliffs by Ramesses II. Aswan will leave you speechless. We'll explore the engineering marvel of the 2,500 years ago, Aswan High Dam, stroll through the colorful history of the Nubian Museum, wander Elephantine Island's ancient ruins, and even stand beside the mighty unfinished Obelisk, a glimpse into the secrets of ancient stonework. And we won't miss the awe-inspiring Kom Temple, where crocodile and falcon gods were once worshipped side by side. So grab your hat, your curiosity, and your camera, because this journey through Aswan is one you'll never forget. If you love discovering hidden gems and legendary landmarks, make sure to subscribe to Touropedia Universal and hit the bell so you never miss an adventure into history. The Temple of Kom is an unusual double temple in the town of Kom in Aswan Governorate, Upper Egypt. The building is unique because its double design meant that there were courts, halls, sanctuaries, and rooms duplicated for two sets of gods. The southern half of the temple was dedicated to the crocodile god Sobek, god of fertility and creator of the world with Hathor and Khonsu. Meanwhile, the northern part of the temple was dedicated to the falcon god Horus. The temple is atypical because everything is perfectly symmetrical along the main axis. Much of the temple has been destroyed by the Nile, earthquakes, and later builders who used its stones for other projects. Some of the reliefs inside were defaced by Copts, who once used the temple as a church. A few of the 300 crocodile mummies discovered in the vicinity are displayed in the Crocodile Museum. Abu Simbel is a historic site comprising two massive rock-cut temples in the village of Abu Simbel, Aswan Governorate, Upper Egypt, near the border with Sudan. It is located on the western bank of Lake Nasser. The twin temples were originally carved out of the mountainside in the 13th century BC during the 19th dynasty reign of the pharaoh Ramesses II. Their huge external rock relief figures of Ramesses II have become iconic. His wife Nefertari and children can be seen in smaller figures by his feet. During his reign, Ramesses II embarked on an extensive building program throughout Egypt and Nubia, which Egypt controlled. Nubia was very important to the Egyptians because it was a source of gold and many other precious trade goods. The Philae Temple complex is an island-based temple complex in the reservoir of the Aswan Dam, downstream of the Aswan Dam in Lake Nasser, Egypt. Philae also was remarkable for the singular effects of light and shade resulting from its position near the Tropic of Cancer. As the sun approached its northern limit, the shadows from the projecting cornices and moldings of the temples sink lower and lower down the plain surfaces of the walls, until the sun having reached its highest altitude, the vertical walls are overspread with dark shadows, forming a striking contrast with the fierce light which illuminates all surrounding objects. The most conspicuous feature of both islands was their architectural wealth. Monuments of various eras extending from the pharaohs to the Caesars occupy nearly their whole area. The principal structures, however, lay at the south end of the smaller island. The most ancient was a temple for Isis, built in the reign of Nectanebo I. Elephantine Island, or what ancient Egyptians called Yebu, or Abu, is located at the uppermost part of the Nile River that is a part of Aswan. The island may have received its name after its shape, which in aerial views is similar to that of an elephant tusk, or from the rounded rocks along the banks resembling elephants. Elephantine is an island on the Nile, forming part of the city of Aswan in Upper Egypt. The archaeological digs on the island became a World Heritage Site in 1979, along with other examples of Upper Egyptian architecture, as part of the Nubian monuments from Abu Simbel to Philae. The island of Elephantine stood at the border between Egypt and Nubia. Trade routes would stop on Elephantine to deliver ivory, a precious good in ancient Egypt. It was an excellent defensive site for a fort, making it a natural cargo transfer point for river trade. The unfinished obelisk is the largest known ancient obelisk and is located in the northern region of the stone quarries of ancient Egypt in Aswan, Egypt. Its creation was possibly ordered by Hatshepsut. The unfinished obelisk is nearly one-third larger than any ancient Egyptian obelisk ever erected. If finished, it would have measured around 41.75 meters and would have weighed nearly 1,090 tons. The obelisk's creators began to carve it directly out of bedrock, but cracks appeared in the granite and the project was abandoned. The bottom side of the obelisk is still attached to the bedrock. The unfinished obelisk offers unusual insights into ancient Egyptian stoneworking techniques, with marks from workers' tools still clearly visible, as well as ochre-colored lines marking where they were working. Besides the unfinished obelisk, an unfinished, partly worked obelisk base was discovered in 2005 at the quarries of Aswan. Also discovered were some rock carvings and remains that may correspond to the site where most of the famous obelisks were worked. All these quarries in Aswan and the unfinished objects are an open-air museum and are officially protected by the Egyptian government as an archaeological site. The Nubian Museum, officially the International Museum of Nubia, is an archaeological museum located in Aswan, Upper Egypt. 3,000 pieces of Egyptian antiquities representing various ages, geological, pharaonic, Roman, Coptic, and Islamic were registered. The building has 3 floors for displaying and housing, in addition to a library and information center. The largest part of the museum is occupied by the monumental pieces, reflecting phases of the development of Nubian culture and civilization. The Aswan Dam, or Aswan High Dam, is one of the world's largest embankment dams, which was built across the Nile in Aswan, Egypt, between 1960 and 1970. When it was completed, it was the tallest earthen dam in the world. With its ability to better control flooding, provide increased water storage for irrigation, and generate hydroelectricity, the dam was seen as pivotal to Egypt's planned industrialization. Like the earlier implementation, the High Dam has had a significant effect on the economy and culture of Egypt. Before the High Dam was built, even with the old dam in place, the annual flooding of the Nile during late summer had continued to pass largely unimpeded down the valley from its East African drainage basin. These floods brought high water with natural nutrients and minerals that annually enriched the fertile soil along its floodplain and delta. This predictability had made the Nile Valley ideal for farming since ancient times. After this fascinating journey in Aswan, could you write in comments which part of Aswan hotspots did you like? Which part of Aswan hotspots do you like to visit? Subscribe to Touropedia Universal channel for future discovery of the universal gems. Watch other videos.